Today we have Zarja Cibej here for our conference. She just ended her speech. Thank you for joining us for this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Arya is former CEO at Tamarin, and now she's running a new business. It's called You and Me 2.0. What is it all about, Arya?
Yeah, so as I went through the journey of selling my company, or in fact, first growing the business for 7 years and then selling it, I realized that in order for the business to succeed, I needed to transform first. So what I was sharing today in the presentation at the stage was how spirituality, spiritual practices can help with first individual growth and then business growth as well.
Very nice. It sounds very good. Yeah. So can you tell us how did you find out that this is the way that you want to do things?
Yeah, so I was always quite focused on personal development. I was quite lucky that for the last 15 years, I was a recipient of a lot of executive coaching, a lot of career coaching, a lot of life coaching. And the moment of realization came at the point when I discovered the notes from my first session in 2007, where my two challenges were giving hard feedback to my employees and colleagues and selling. And these two challenges were still the same 10 years later, despite all the coaching, despite all the work that I had done. And so I realized that there's something I need to change to accelerate my growth so that I can accelerate the business growth. And it was about 2.5 years ago that I started discovering spirituality as a practice and also spiritual tools and learning modalities that really accelerated my own transformation, and that my own transformation then transformed the company as well, which ultimately led to the sale of the business and the new business that I'm running now.
Mm-hmm. So if I'm an HR manager, how can I use this? Or how do I start?
First is to demystify spirituality. Spirituality is not a religion. Spirituality is about personal growth. It's about tapping deep inside yourself, finding your truest gifts, and then manifesting them in the way that benefits you, everyone around you, and everything around you. That's number one. Number two is then to lean into the research that shows that spiritual practices improve employee well-being, employee productivity, ability to innovate and be creative, and the sense of belonging. It also improves leadership. Leadership becomes more purposeful, there's more integrity around leadership, there's better decision making, there's reduced stress. In very practical terms, the first thing that everyone can do is to encourage meditation practice. Meditation is the easiest, but potentially also the most transformative practice that helps with all the things that we talked about: well-being, productivity, reduced stress, better decision making. And the best way to start is with yourself.
Yeah, of course. Well, the question that comes to me now is, if you have a GM who's not willing to meditate, what do you do?
Well, it is impossible to change others.
Yes, of course.
And that is something that we need to accept. But it's also important to recognize that the way to change the world around us is by changing ourselves. And we can lead by example. We can start meditating ourselves and show how that is changing our lives. Share the practice, share the experience, and with that, encourage the others. But then meditation itself also helps improve one's empathy and compassion. So as an HR person, therefore, you don't have to be upset with that GM.
It's his path.
Exactly. It's their path, not yours.
Yeah.
You do your best, and that's good enough.
Thank you very much, Arya. It was a pleasure to have you here. And let's enjoy the rest of the conference. And you're staying here in Brasov. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having me.